Hi everyone, I just wanted to share with you guys just some note card sets that I'm doing, and these are going to be for my son's teachers at school. So I thought it's only a couple of weeks left, need to get something organised for teachers' gifts. So this is going to be part of it. I'm going to probably put some chocolates or something with it as well. But I came up with these. So I'm just going to do a whole bunch of these and put them together as a little set. So I'm going to show you how I created them, but first of all I use these. So this is the little note card cardstock and envelope packs that you can get through Stampin' Up, and they come in this crumb cake and Whisper White, and you get 20 in a pack, and it's 20 in a pack for $10.50, and I think that's fantastic. So it's like just over 50 cents for a card and an envelope, so I think that's pretty good. And everything else that I've used on it, and what you can do at home as well, is you just need a bit of cardstock, some stamps and inks that you've got, and I've just used some twine. So just grab a whole bunch of stuff out of your stash, grab a pack of these and sit down and create, and you can come up with some really nice little nifty gift ideas. So these are some of the finished ones that I've done. So I have just put a little very vanilla insert on the inside, and on the outside I've created these little watercolour fronts, and they're all a little bit different. So I've used a couple of stamp sets. This one was the Love You Lots. It's one of the Hostess sets, and I also grabbed out Wetlands. So I just thought the little pictures in there in both of those sets worked out really nice just for these note cards, because I didn't want anything too big for them. And then just the sentiments I used, I just grabbed out just a note and thank you. I think the thank you's from Rose Wonder, and the just a note, I think it's from the Picture Perfect set. I don't know. I just went through my stamp sets and just grabbed a couple that I thought the sentiments would work out really well. So because I'm giving it to teachers, I thought that would be really nice to have just a note and thank yous in a little set for them. But I think this would make a great present for someone, whether it's for their birthday or just for a thank you or something like that. And you can make blank ones, or you can make you know, happy birthdays, or a whole mixed bunch of whatever you want. So yeah, so these are some of my finished ones. I've got a production line going of them, so I thought I might stop and film some so that I can show you guys how I created them. So I started with pieces of Very Vanilla. Now they are 4 inches by 2.5 inches. I'll just check that, but it'll be in the notes of my video. They'll be down there. So yeah, I think it's 4 by 2.5. And then I grabbed out my markers. This is just one of my things of markers, but whatever markers you do have, grab them out, and you need a spritzer just of water and a block. So I just got a block that was bigger than the mat that I'm going to use, and basically I just grabbed out colours and went for it. I did think, because I wanted to do the craft twine on the crumb cake, I was going to use crumb cake for my feature stamps here. So I thought I might go for a bit lighter colours for it to stamp on. So if you're going to do this and maybe use a really dark brown or black or a real dark colour for your feature stamping, you could go for a lot darker background. But I just grabbed out some of the lighter colours, and I really just went for it and mixed it up, and I didn't really sort of care which ones I used, because I thought just having a whole mixed bunch of cards is going to look really good. So now all I'm going to do is use the marker end, not the pen end, of my markers, and just go over this block. So if I just want one colour, I'm just going to do the whole block in one colour, or I could use 2 colours, 3, whatever floats your boat. And it doesn't really matter which way I'm going. So I'm going long ways across the block here, so this one will probably end up with a landscape card. It doesn't really matter, you could have it that way and have different colours going that way. I just found it was nicer if you did this way. So if I did want a card to go this way, so let me have a look what I've got here. So for this one here, I did a darker blue down the bottom here, and then a lighter one across the top. Whereas one sitting the other way, like this one, I did darker down this way and then lighter up the top. So just play with it and have fun, and you'll find that it all works out in the end. So I've just done green on half of that one there, and then I might pick this nice blue, which this one's Coastal Cabana. So this is actually a retired pen, but it's still sitting in here, my markers, and I don't really mind that I'm using retired because it's a gift giving to someone who's not going to know that's retired. So it was just whatever I could grab. Okay. So now I've got my spritzer. I'm going to go away from my desk because I don't want water all over here. But I'm going to give it like a good 3 or 4 squirts all over here. Now the less water you put on here, the least watercolour effect you're going to get. The more water you get on, the runnier and lighter the colour will be. So once again, it's just a matter of playing with it, having a go, creating a whole bunch and seeing what works for you. So you can sort of see the ink, well, a little bit there, you can sort of see the green and the blue ink that's sitting on there. So turn away and spritz this. So that was 4 spritz. So now you might be able to see it. It's all a lot runnier now on there. Oh, a bit like that. And I don't mind that, that's fine. So then I'm just going to press that onto my cardstock. And that's what we get. It's absolutely beautiful. So every single time will turn out different. So I just had a whole bunch of cardstock cut, and then all I did was clean off my block, grab out another piece of cardstock, grab some more colours. I just think, yep, that one will work. And so this time I'll go this way. You could do diagonals, you could do spots. As I said, whatever floats your boat. So, but honestly, it's a matter of just playing and seeing what you like. Maybe just think about what stamp sets you're going to put on here. So if I knew I was going to use my frog a lot, then I'd use a lot of greens and blues, and just because I think that goes well with the frog. But you could put whatever you like. But yeah, so if you want to do a lot of girly ones, you could use a lot of pinks. If you want to make sure you've got some ones there for males, make sure you don't use the pinks. You know, that's just that sort of thing, whatever colours you like. So once again, see, I wasn't too precise on where I'm colouring or anything on here, and I think the less you think about it, the better it ends up. So there we go. There's another one. So this one I'll probably put this way or that way. So yeah, so you do need to let those dry. Now it was a really hot day here yesterday when I started doing these. So it didn't take long to dry at all. There was like 10 minutes and they were just like super dry. So just watch them, they might take a little while. So I'm going to put that away. So I'll put these ones aside because they will have to go dry. And here are some I prepared earlier. So here's 2 that I did yesterday, this morning. Can't remember when now. Alright, put my markers away. Put my spritzer away. We're finished with that now. So here I have these 2 gorgeous ones, and this time I've decided to use the pun intended stamp set. This is another Hostess one, really nice Hostess sets this year, and I just wanted to use the little bumblebee out of this one because I thought the bumblebee is going to be quite nice to use as well, just as a I don't want to say generic design because it's not. But a bumblebee is quite cute for everyone, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not very, very specific. So all I'm going to do is stamp my bumblebee up in crumb cake and just decide where I'm going to do it. So you just have to decide if you want to have a portrait card or a landscape card. And I know I'm going to add twine, so I could add twine across the bottom, across the top here. So I think I might just have my bumblebee on this side, and I'm going to put a sentiment up here and then wrap some twine around here. And I'm going to add him on this one as well. I'll put him this side on this one, just like that. And I've got my Just a Note stamp, and that definitely is from the Picture Perfect stamp set because I've got it here to my right. So I'm just going to add that on up here and one on here, just like that. Oops, I'm not going to close that yet. And then before I put the twine on, I'm just going to ink the edges around it. It just makes it a little bit more finished and polished. I think just because the watercolour just sort of runs everywhere, that when I do this, it just defines those edges a bit. So I'm just using a bit of a sponge. I cut my sponges into wedges so that I've got different colours, different wedges, they're easier to hold. So there we go, you can see sort of the difference, whoops, from one to the other. I know it's hard to see, but you can see this one's definitely more defined. Even just on the background here, you can see this one blends in a bit more and this one's more a bit defined. So it's just really just a matter of quickly inking that up. And I know some people like to do quite a lot of the shading in with the inking the edges, but that's completely up to you. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. I just thought it was going to add just that little bit of extra. Okay, then I'm just going to add my twine. Oop. I'm sure you guys don't even need to see this part. I'm sure you guys can figure this part out. But it's just a matter of adding twine. I've add the glue dot to the back of my bows, just so that you can see the bow a bit and it doesn't just sort of hang off the page. Let's get my little bow looking right. I love this natural linen thread. It is my absolute favourite of all time. I use it all the time, but it's just so pretty. Alright, so I just get a little glue dot and I fold it over in half because this bow is pretty small. I just put it behind the back of it there, just so that it sits nicer. And it still looks like it's sitting there naturally, but it's not. Otherwise it's normally hanging down. So there we go. So then I just add the twine to all of them. So what was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. So my stamping and inking. So I've got a whole bunch here ready to go. So this one, you can see it's a little bit bright. Yeah, I think I like the muted colours a little bit better. But once again, it was just playing. I was just playing around, seeing what I liked, what worked the best. So I've got a whole bunch of them I've got to add all the twine onto. And then after I've added the twine, then I can get just some cardstock. So I just rated, I've got it all over here, I'll show you. I just rated my little basket of scraps that I have. So I just grabbed out a whole bunch that I thought would be big enough, and then also colours that would match the cards that I'm doing. So I just cut them 1/4 of an inch bigger, so it'd be 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 of an inch. So I grabbed out cardstock and pattern paper, anything that I thought would match, and I've inked the edges of those as well. So that one's going to look nice on top of there. So then it's just a bit of Tombow. It's easy assembly after that. It's a bit of Tombow glue. And I've just done it skew-if. If you're not a skew-ify type of person, then go ahead, make them straight. But because the watercolouring, the spritzing of the water really warps the cardstock, you just have to be a bit patient with it gluing. You could use a tape runner if you prefer, but I love my Tombow. So you just have to be a little bit patient and make sure it's glued down, that it's not going to come off. And I don't care if it's a little bit lumpy because it just adds to the texture of the card, but I just want to make sure that it's actually glued enough on here that it will not fall off. That's not what I want to give as a present. So then let's just grab a note card base and glue it on. So then I just added that Very Vanilla Matte on the inside, and now I just made sure that the centerpiece is centered into the card. It's not skewy as well. Skewiff, I should say. It's not skewiff. Okay. So just like that. So yeah, just add a matte in there. You don't have to add a matte because you can write on that. That's not a problem. But I like to add the little matte on the inside. Okay. So I'm just going to put all this away, and then I'm going to show you a little box that I've done up to put them all in.